Hello. Hello, everybody. It is time. Hello. Oh, thank you, Firebro74, for following on Twitch. The squad has rolled into town. No, seriously. Holy shit, we're at 42. Holy shit, we're at 142 followers on Twitch. Wait. Wait, I haven't even... Who's following while I'm offline? I didn't even clock that. I didn't even clock. That's funny. That's funny. How is everybody? Oh. Is everybody good? Is everybody having a good day? Have we... Anything fun? Anything interesting? I'm eepy right now, but otherwise good. Good. I'm like, I can get like so angry. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm tired. Got some art done earlier, and now I'm just playing games. Type shit. But yeah. I had a good day myself, you know, pretty easy day. Jane will be the forever model for you? Oh, sir. I don't think you... I don't think you realize. I have secret projects in the works, bros. They're secrets. But don't worry, those won't come to fruition for a little while. You'll still have Jane Doe on your screen playing fucking weirdo games. But it will, but when you least expect it, it will creep up. But don't worry. But welcome to Witch on the Holy Night. If you are not familiar, and I can imagine that a lot of people who are new here are not familiar with this game, this is a visual novel from the same creators as Fate Stay Night, and we have been reading it every week on Sunday for I want to say the past few weeks now. Actually, it's been a little bit since the first one, right? Yeah, for the last 3 weeks. This is week 4, I think. Yeah, today makes week 4. So we've been doing Witch on the Holy Night streams. I am basically it's like a chill stream. It's nothing too crazy. All to kind of end off the week. Hi GD Amers on YouTube. Chat is off for these streams, so I can still see your chats, but you guys won't be able to see it on screen, only because the text does kind of fill the screen. So if your chats are on the screen, it blocks text, and it's not very fun. These are meant to be more chill streams, more kind of, you know, put us on in the background while you're doing things, and let me just read along with you. And I also want to actually read this, because are you streaming on Twitch too? Yes, I am. I stream on both. So yeah, these are more, you know, chillax streams. Nothing too crazy. I just remembered that I got this on the background while getting runs on Tartarus. Huge. Massive even. I hope you do very good, because I hope you do good in those runs. I'll join this Twitch stream. See you there. Alright. I'll see you there. So yeah, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna actually try to make some progress, because the last few times... oh, excuse me. The last few times we didn't actually make a lot of progress. With the exception of actually finishing Chapter 2, which was a good thing. So now we are on Chapter 3 of... How many chapters are in this? How many chapters in... there are 13 chapters. Yeah, so there are 13 chapters. So we are on chapter 3 of 13, which means we're gonna be here for a while. So strap in. Well, hopefully I'm gonna try to get through maybe chapter 3 today. I don't know how long chapter 3 is. We might end up having to get we might end up having to only get through 3. But I'll try to get through. I'm like halfway through 3, but I want to try to get I want to get through it. So we're not gonna waste any more time. No more yap. Ko, if you're watching the VOD, screw you. Screw you for timing me out. And now let's go. Let me search for my bookmark. Oh yeah, here I am. Yeah, I want to load right here. So mean to the VOD viewers? No, not to the VOD viewers. Just mean to Koa. It's a difference. Alright. Next episode. Here we go. Chapter 3. Nights. Let me tell you how the events of yesterday transpired. Oh shit. How is audio, by the way? It's this song! I know this song! I might up it a little bit. I think this is... I'm gonna lower my headphones. Audio's good? Okay. On moonless nights, you must never look back. Was it a lesson, or was it a warning? It was so very long ago. At the time, I could not have imagined what At the time, I could not have imagined what my very being would become. One night, it came without warning. It was filled with an anxiety so heightened that it made me want to burst into tears, so I fled to my grandfather's workshop. Unlike the grandfather I knew, he smiled and kindly placed his hand upon my head. Yes, the Red Death follows your every step. Rather than consoling me, he sent me home with only those haunting words. That night, I was certain that I sensed a shadow lurking behind me. Something, or someone, watching me from afar. Then, little by little, year by year, it drew closer. Eventually, the presence that once felt like a spot on the horizon grew so close that I could feel its breath down the base of my neck. Of course, it was all in my head. When I turned around, nobody was there. Oh, hello. So we're both reading now, huh? Dude, I've been reading. we started at the... Cat. Me and Koa started doing this around the exact same time, okay? We locked in like this, bro. We locked in. Also, hello, Amers. Welcome to Twitch. Oh shit, my bad, I didn't know. You're good. Lock in? Bro, I'm trying to be entertained. Fuck. This guy. Oh shit. Thanks, Cat, for the 100 bits. 6-7. But that night marked the beginning. In hindsight, I later understood that indescribable anxiety I felt. In hindsight, later understood that indescribable anxiety I felt was the dread of certain death. Did you buy more bits? Oh. I don't think I need to say that. She said it for me. She said it in English. How much time has passed since that night? Oh, sporky as in spooky. Get it? Okay, I'll shut up. Yeah, shut the fuck up, Amers. Just kidding. Nah, it's just... there's the Sporky. Everybody says my name is Sporky, and it's not. Yeah, bro, it's spooky, bro. This is spooky hour. I'm not ready for this. I haven't been. This visual novel hasn't exactly. This visual novel hasn't exactly been, like, super scary until now. Like, it lingered deep in the recesses of my mind where childhood memories are kept. Steins-Gate VN when? If they allow me to stream it. A faded, storybook-esque memory. On dark nights, I still hear the faint echo of my grandfather's words. But no matter how strong the wind may howl, or how entrancing the song of the girl next to me, I can never bury his ominous words completely. It's here. Oh, it's Alice. The girl beside me said. Alice's inflectionless voice spoke volumes of her role as the bystander. That night, there was only me and her. It was the night I would mark as the birth of who I am today. For what should have been quite the memorable night, it sure wasn't a promising start. Dense clouds blocked the starlight above like a black umbrella. Strong wind tore through the sky, carrying the heavy clouds with it. The hands on the clock in the middle of the park pointed skyward, as if reaching for the moon. Also, reading sim? Yes, Sean, that is basically what a visual novel is. Now sit down and listen. Unfortunately for them, tonight, there was no moon to point at. The winter air grew fiercer as the night wore on. Inhaling felt as though it would freeze me from the inside. The air chilled me to the bone, threatening to pass up my spine directly to my brain. To prevent my mind from being paralyzed, and to prevent my fingertips from becoming stone, I sparked a fire using my internal rhythm and emotion. I'm transferring tactile feedback to you. Good luck. Stand over there and the engraved will-o-wisp will ignite. I responded to Alice with a nod. And then, just for a moment, I saw the ground. I have to go, I'll be back in like 2 hours 30. Alright, have fun. Bye, have a great time. My legs quivered ever so faintly. I told myself they were shaking from the cold, but I wasn't so sure. In reality, they may not have been numbed by the cold, by fear. I breathed a sigh of relief. My humanity must still be intact if my emotions are still present. Oh, what the fuck? Before I could sink into a pool of my own sentimentality, the sensations of the bounded field plowed from Alice into me. A transparent wall covered the entire park. An unrecognizable carpet rooted deep under the earth. Alice Kwanji. Alice Kwanji's chants of the Mother Goose fairy tales permeated the night. The sensations became one with my body. Oh shit. I felt goosebumps on my quivering right arm. Someone had trespassed. The goosebumps crept up my right arm like ants, and slowly but surely made inroads from my heart. Holding back the desire to drive them out, I waited for them to reach a certain definitive position. A moonless night. The park's quaint streetlights were not enough to lift the darkness. The ants came to a stop. Far, far from my right arm. They had reached my very heart. Even without the aid of my sense of sight, I could see the intruder lurking, even in the darkness. To starboard, in the bushes about 30 steps back, on all fours, was beckoning with its right hand. The flames of the menorah beckon me to the battlefield. There! The enemy's movements and my perception of it were in lockstep. I spun around. What the fuck? The enemy's arm stretched out like a spear. This lethal weapon, aimed at the back of my head, brushed my hair at breakneck speed. With the omniscient... Omniscient? Yeah, I think it's omniscient. With the omniscient awareness granted by Alice's ward, I managed to avoid it by the skin of my teeth. My hair fanned through the air from the violence of the attack. The strike grazed my cheek, and I felt a small, sharp pain. It felt like the kiss of death. Sorry. I switched the flow. What? I think it's time to change the title. What's up? Hey, Joshua. What do you mean it's time to change the title? I think the title's perfect. You know what? Let's change the title, but I'm still gonna keep the general gist. There we go. We've updated the title. Hi Joshua, how are you? I switched the flow of my body's blood to a different cycle. The blood running through my veins at a few feet per second transmuted into an imaginary element. My body became a single circuit, and my heart transformed into a completely different engine. Within me stirred an unknowable motion of immeasurable heat. Something mystic, yet untapped by humankind. That made me who I am. It was the fire of life behind all miracles and fables. What we mages called magical energy. I turned around, set the enemy in my sights, and held up one hand. My arm was the agent of my will. My lack of experience meant my magicraft would only be possible with the use of vocalizations and gestures. Magical formulae were engraved all over the park. All I had to do was ignite them. I needed to direct the flow of the magical energy within my body into each formula. Typically, a mage acts as a conduit. Whether wired or wireless, the mage simply pours magical energy into the formula. Releasing this energy in the form of a projectile, stream, or any number of other methods would usually suffice, but in my case, it was the feeling of my limbs whipping out. Burn! And I can't scream. I fought speed with speed. The enemy's arm extended 10 feet forward, became engulfed in flames. It was nighttime at the park, the scene reminiscent of a campfire, but one in which the center of the flames contained a humanoid figure, wriggling like a shadow puppet. The flame subsided just as unnaturally as it had ignited. No crackling, no burning smell. You can have the bounded field back. I'll check the remains. After telling this to Alice, I headed towards the motionless figure. I killed it. I killed it. I killed it. Regardless of who my opponent was, I just took someone's life. My throat parched. I swallowed the truth that without this sense of reality, I would have been hopeless. So hard and bitter, impossible to swallow, but I tried to anyway. I'm gonna turn off my AC real quick. Okay, AC is off. I was unnervingly calm. My heart pounded, my breath felt heavy, but my mind was nonetheless calm. Oh, oopsies. By the time I realized it, the charred remains were already in front of me. Bracing for a counterattack, I carefully examined the corpse. Everything seemed fine. His body lying slumped into the ground was nothing but ash. Huh? Something wasn't right. To begin with, its remains didn't smell organic. Not willing to believe my hunch, I took a closer look at the corpse's face. All that greeted me was a faceless or featureless white face of a mannequin. Damn it, they got us again! Damn it, they got me! I could just think of fucking Light Yagami, dude. Damn it, they got me! Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Kachan, they found us! Damn it, they got us again! Screaming, I kicked the mannequin. The corpse crumbled to ash and disappeared with the wind. No, this was no corpse. It was just a puppet. And for all our efforts to lure the master out, we had once again been tricked by a familiar. My debut, my first test out in the open, would be postponed for another day. Will I ever pass this test? What? Just won a 25-minute game on Deadlock? So yeah, you could say I'm Eternus. Bro, why'd you type Sia like that? Sia! Sick kid! Hooey! Oh yeah, also, Sean, you're no longer number 1 on the bits leaderboard. I'm just gonna point that out. Take a look. Take a look. At that moment, I suddenly noticed something familiar in the corner of my eye. Something seemed strange about the slide on the other side of the park. It appeared as though its shadows were larger than it should be. Was I still drunk on the high of battle? Took me a second to realize who it was. Who's there? Calling out was a mistake. Startled by my voice, the figure, wearing a familiar high school uniform, took a step back, and then it broke into a sprint. Someone running for their life? Like someone running for their life. Or should I say, he was doing exactly that. After him! We've been spotted! In a rush, I shouted to my partner, but she hadn't even noticed the third party's presence in the first place. Though it wasn't as if I could move by myself. Embarrassingly, the fight had taken more out of me than I'd have liked. No, he'll get away! We need to catch and eliminate him! There was no time for what? Is it nice ties? Niceties? How the fuck do you say that? Hold on. I might be stupid. Niceties. There was no time for niceties. For us, being seen here was a matter of life or death. And death. Wait, get back here, you! Shaking off the numbness in my legs, I made for the park's exit. I had to admire his escape. The witness party to the entire night's proceedings had disappeared into the darkness of the residential district without a trace. Why the hell didn't I sense him in the field? Complaining to myself wouldn't bring back the figure in uniform. I'm sorry, Cat. Don't feel sorry for this guy. This dude has been this dude, ever since I got affiliate, has been giving me exactly 1 bit. Don't feel bad that you gave more, okay? It is always appreciated. It is always appreciated. Never required, always appreciated. And fuck you, Sean. If you want your #1 spot back, Sean, you know what to do. You know what to do. I mean, technically, you also could fight for gifted subs as well. There is no one who has gifted a sub yet. You could fight for that. That's up to you guys, though. Bitter at my own incompetence, I volunteered to be the one gifted. Bitter at my own incompetence, I gave up the chase. Though temporary, the park had become Alice's woods. For anyone within a few feet of the park, other park goers' identifiable features and voices become murky, like the stuff of fairy tales. Tonight's proceedings may have had a witness, but if our identities were still hidden, then this was still a chance. It looked like a male from behind. I returned to the park. That uniform was, without a doubt, from my high school. That was clue enough. If he was a schoolmate of mine, I had plenty of methods to flush him out. It's one thing after another. Amidst my grumbling, I set my priorities straight. Before some strange rumors spread, I need to seal the witness's mouth shut. That was the highest priority, quickly and without mercy. Look how dumb she looks, bro. That's funny as fuck. Sick kid. Scary. Hooey. Life's crazy. Why do I have Cardi stuck in my head now? Anyways. Looking up, I saw Alice's previously distinct figure. Or, distant. Sorry, not distinct. Distant figure. Though she was in as much trouble as I was with her existence as a mage. Whoa. Though she was in as much trouble as I was with her existence as a mage also exposed, she had but one thing to say. This means trouble. Yeah, no fucking shit, Alice. Her statue-like figure staring into the darkness seemed more expressionless than calm. I was pissed off. Her inscrutable? I think it's inscrutable. Her inscrutable voice resembled the moonless night so much it made me angry. That was chapter 3? You're dead ass. That was chapter 3. No, we're not. No, that's fake. That's a fake thing. No, no, that was not chapter 3. Holy shit, that was chapter 3. Alright. Cool. Well, we did. I mean, I'm gonna keep going, but... It's Coolian. I'm dead, bro. Yeah, next chapter. Might as well. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Chapter 3 just is that short. Wow. My heart is cold. Cold. My moves are bold. Bold. Hold on, I need to look up what Krulian's referencing again. Wait a minute. That shit is gonna get stuck in my head. Oh, that's so fucking stupid, bro. Alright, I guess we're going on to chapter 4 now. And I also need to turn my AC back on now, because now it's getting hot again. Fuck. Alright, here we go. Chapter 4, Blues in Her Name. There really isn't any other way of saying this. I'm a magician. Kind of like those witches in fairy tales who live alone in the woods and perform miracles with a wave of a finger. While the popular depiction of it differs from reality, it's closer to the truth than you know. Though, just so we're clear, no, I don't fly through the sky on a broom. I cannot transform into animals or speak with small birds. Modern mages are nothing so fanciful. Our existence sounds unbelievable, but we're quite grounded. Though it may seem like we can do anything, we're actually majorly constrained. Or majorly. You can't speak, if you can't transform into animals or speak with small birds, what's the point? Type shit. Type shit, Faye. Type shit. If you can't transform into animals or talk to small birds, why even be a witch? Let's be real. Let's be real here. Why even be a witch in the first place? No point. While I still have a lot to learn about it, this is my real job. Sounds a lot more romantic than being a high school student, right? Oh, I'm not. There we go. Naturally, this is a secret I don't just share with anyone. A mage must do everything in their power to conceal their work. That is the first and most important of the association's 10 laws. Not that I'm tempted to let the cat out of the bag in the least. My secret identity as an honor student is intact, and absolutely no good would come of me revealing my true nature. If anything, it'd only lead to more headaches. That's why I do everything in my power to keep it a secret. Of course, if I'd accomplished anything as a magician, by now, maybe I'd see it differently. I fantasized about revealing my secret life's work to a single special person when I finally make something of myself. Yeah, it'd be pretty stellar to just confess one day, by the way, I'm a magician. That idea alone is enough to keep me from spoiling the big reveal, regardless of the association's rules. My grandfather patted me on the head when I shared these thoughts with him. I don't know if that was a praise or what, but I remember that his touch was gentle. I first learned that I would be succeeding my grandfather on the day I graduated middle school. When I returned home, there he was. Your elder sister left on a journey. From this day forth, you are the heir to the Aozaki. He said it in such a matter-of-fact way. I knew that the Aozaki family passed down this old tradition of magicraft, but to be honest, I never imagined I would be the one to wield it. Texting me at the hour. Doing anything. Going down. Okay. Hashtag back to it. Magicraft is supposed to be passed down to a single child. It was my sister's role to take the mantle. I had no interest in dedicating myself to so many rules and routines. I planned to live a normal life. I had hopes and dreams for the future. Undertale reference, hopes and dreams. Bum, 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 ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Okay. Let me stop. I felt bad for my sister, but I was determined to live my life my way. Oh my god. Oh, my face. Okay. Well, I managed to do just that for a time. I was blindsided by a vicious counterpunch. Since then, I've been thrust headlong into a world I'd only observed from afar. was a hell of a way to start high school. But I suppose it wasn't all that bad, all things considered. A lot has happened since then. So dazed by this newfound life that a year of school motored by. It was the second year before I knew it. Thankfully, nothing drastic has happened. In the 6 months, my roommate and I totally tried to kill each other with... what the fuck is this sentence? The 6 months my roommate and I totally tried to kill each other, notwithstanding. I can't read. Genuinely, I can't read. As it happens, I've got a natural talent for this magic stuff, so I've yet to have any hang-ups there either. I'm only human, so I've had my fair share of headaches for sure, but never once did I worry about my future. I thought my life would be smooth sailing all the way. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. If only everything had gone to plan last night. Well? Alice Kwanji asked Aoko Aozaki the second she entered the building. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Her dark eyes succeeded where her voice failed to communicate the gravity of the situation. Aoko took off her unflattering coat, hung it on the hanger, and sat down on the sofa. Alice sat across from her, the table separating them. Any progress with those things? Oh, yo, what's up, Wahende? Thank you for clocking in.
よくないわね。偵察に行けるのは7個ぐらい。ここのところ使ってばかりで作り置きをする余裕もなかったし。
My God, Wahende, dude, you're so famous. Can't believe I'm being visited by a famous W LARP game. Shut up, Wahende. Shut up. The fucking LARPs. There's no limit to the LARP. Not at all. I've only got 7 left. They're at... not at all. I've only got 7 left that are any good for reconnaissance. Okay. I've been using them up fast and haven't had time to make more. Alice's gaze drifted from Aoko to the box on the table.
あの夜、街を監視していた奴はいないの？街の偵察は完璧なんでしょ？そいつら。
Were none of them keeping watch that night? They've never let you down when it comes to this sort of thing, have they?
それは昼間の話よ。夜間飛行は危険が多いわ。
During the day? No. But there was quite the risk when flying them at night. Meaning they were the least use when needed the most. Aoko sighed.
そういうあなたは朝は随分と強気だったけど。
Oh, hydrate? But I need to refill my water. So this is the last. Heard that shit? Look at this, right? Empty. Hashtag empty. Well, how are you faring? You seemed pretty confident this morning.
ああ、こっちは予定通りよ。
Oh, yeah. I guess everything's good on my end.
明日までには絞り込めると思う。今朝、飛び丸にうちの生徒の自宅と行動時間を調べさせたから。
I'm pretty sure I'll know by tomorrow. Told Tobimaru to look into all of the students' addresses and schedules.
あの時間に公園をうろつくやつはめったにいないし、簡単に割り出せる。
Not many people wandered the park at that time of night, so it should be easy enough to figure out who it was.
そう簡単に行くの？
Is this VN the same verse as Tsukihime? Yes. This is a prequel, kind of, to Tsukihime. Because it follows the story of Aoko. So, I am reading this first, and then I'm gonna go read Tsukihime. Red hair lady, yes. How can you be so sure?
行くわよ。伊達に生徒会に勤めてないわ。その程度のデータは揃えてある。
Because I didn't just join the student council to keep up appearances. I've been using the position to keep tabs on everyone.
月1のバイト先はおろか、親しい友人宅との移動時間、その優先順位まで調べ上げてるんだから。
I have info on everything from part-time jobs to friend address to what they're up to in their spare time.
人には見せたくなかったリストだけど、そんな余裕ないでしょ？だから、そういうのが向いてる副会長にやらせたの。
It's a list I was hoping to keep secret. We can't afford to do that now, can we? That's why I keep the vice president around. It's the kind of thing he does best. Incidentally, the creation of the secret file started the moment Aoko became student council president. The mere rumor of its existence was enough to strike fear into the entire student body.
そう。徹底しているわね。相変わらず。
As thorough as always, I see. Alice was only mildly surprised. It had been almost 2 years since they first started living together. She knew as well as anyone that when Aoko put her mind to something, she saw it through to the end.
Ma, 私もあれがこんな風に役立つとは思ってもみなかったけど。ほんと、備えあれば憂いなしとはこのことね。
Well, I never imagined I'd have to use it like this. It's better to be safe than sorry. What happened last night was far beyond a mere exception to the rule. This predicament should not have even been possible.
それより、原因は分かったの？結界の結びに不手際があったなんてのは聞かないわよ。
More importantly, have you figured out what went wrong? Don't tell me it had nothing to do with your link to the bounded field. Aoko glared at her. The ward was Alice's responsibility. If it was to blame for last night's trouble, Alice had to own up to her fair share. Hold up a second. Alice and Aoko may have been roommates and partners, but it was a relationship of convenience. While lineage had brought them together, they were more like enemies than allies. Ultimately, they were just not a match. Where there was a blunder, it was punished. Where there was an opening, it would be attacked. If there was even an opportunity, The two of them would kill each other in the event of such a moment. Alice locked eyes with Alko. Alko's fierce gaze could make even a grown man cower in fear. Alice did not bat an eyelash.
仮の話だけど、あの結界に落ち度があったのなら、今まで何度もこういう状況になっていたでしょうね。
Assuming the bounded field was the problem, wouldn't this have happened countless times before? I suppose you're right, Alko agreed, as the question reaffirmed her trust in Alice.
結界のあり方は完璧だったのね。
So you're saying there was nothing wrong with it?
絶対とまでは断言はできないけど。
I honestly can't say for sure. Alice answered as flatly as ever. A bounded field is like a sanctuary sealed away from the real world. Steps are taken whereby a certain area is cut off from the outside world. There are various kinds of bounded fields. There are physical ones that close off an area behind a wall, and less tangible ones that use mirrors, mist, or trees to conceal that which occurs within. However, when closing off an area to the outside world, you cannot avoid communicating the abnormalities existence. Domain expansion. Yeah, kinda. That's kinda what I'm thinking. In other words, the area may be closed off to the outside world, but it's impossible to hide the fact that it's closed off. In time, someone will take interest in a sealed-off area, even if they cannot see what is going on inside. Some might say this is putting the cart before the horse. The ideal field would be one that was both undetectable and impervious to interference from the outside. That was exactly the kind Alice had generated in the park the night before.
その場所に用があっても、今はないように思わせれば、誰もそこには立ち入らない。
Even if someone has a reason to be in a place they shouldn't enter if they've made them forget their reason for being there.
隠したい場所の周りに一時的な意識の改ざんを促す結界を張る。手間はかかるんだけど、1時間程度の人よけには信頼性は高い結界よね。
Oh, an ad break is starting soon. Okay, people on Twitch, I'm going to take a pause because you guys are going to go into ads. I'm going to take a pause real quick. I'm going to probably refill my water bottle and maybe grab a snack. So I'll be real quick. I'm going to let ads play out and we'll get back into it. Welcome back from ads, and also welcome back me. How was everybody's little break? Did you get good ads? Did you get bad ads? You better have gotten good ads. I don't allow people to get bad ads. Should have only been good ads. Bads? You got bads? Damn. Anyways, we're gonna get right back into it. Takes an immense amount of time and energy to create a field that produces a temporary illusion around a location you wish to conceal. But they prove extremely effective for at least an hour or so, right?
アリスの鏡を使った一級品だし、途中で破れることもない。事実、入ってきたのはあの人形だけだとはっきり感じられた。これで完璧じゃなかったら何が完璧なのよ。
And to top it all, it was top class, made from your mirrors. It's not like they shattered while we were using it. The only other presence I felt inside was that of that puppet. If that isn't a perfectly constructed, bounded field, then what is?
私もわからない。森作りに落ち度はなかったわ。
I have no idea. The trees were prepared perfectly.
森は数日かけて栽培したものだし、今まで通り信頼できる結果よ。けど例外があったのなら、どこかで見落としがあったのね。
I cultivated the trees and plants over several days. It's always proved to be a reliable field. But maybe, just maybe, it was something I didn't account for. Though Alice's words conceded the possibility. Oh, hi Hunter, thank you for clocking in. Though Alice's words conceded the possibility, her eyes expressed her confidence. She had overlooked nothing.
参った。こうなると、一番いいのは、あいつが人形使いだってパターンね。それならかろうじて納得できる。相手が魔術師なら、結界の侵入ぐらいできるでしょうし。
Well, crap. In that case, we'd better hope that the witness was the puppeteer. Should make sense. A mage would probably be able to penetrate it.
問題は、侵入した時の違和感をどうやって消したかってことだけど。
Something else bothers me, though. How did he avoid detection? The thought of being targeted by this individual was pretty terrifying. If they were able to penetrate Alice's field, it could only mean that their skill in magicraft was superior to Alice's. Alice, in her current state, would be completely helpless against such a foe. Is that the Dragon Balls? I've already determined that it was not a mage.
彼は部外者よ。ムクドリはともかく、ロビンが後をたどれなかったもの。魔力の気配は全くなし。誰かの魔術で操られている犠牲者というのもないわね。
That was most certainly an outsider. Starlings are one thing, but not even Robin was able to follow him. There were no traces of magical energy, so that rules out a magical pawn. Alco was quickly running out of straws to grasp at, and that meant she was out of questions to ask. All she could do was call it bad luck and leave it at that.
魔術師の秘密を見られて、おまけに目撃者を逃がしたか。普通の高校生の悩みじゃないな。
First, you get found out that you're a mage, and you let the witness get away? Why couldn't I just have normal high schooler problems? Sophia groaned as she leaned back. Her gaze went up to the brown ceiling with a sigh. It wasn't much of a view. She was becoming increasingly depressed.
青子、覚悟を決めておいて。
Aoko, make up your mind. Her roommate's voice seemed indifferent. But Aoko just kept staring up at the wooden ceiling.
それともあなたにできないのなら私が言ってあげてもいいけど
If you're not up to the task, I can take care of it myself. The cool-mannered girl's statement carried an equally icy implication. Aoko took the words in slowly with as much sincerity as she could muster. It was like trying to swallow molten lead.
そうだ覚悟なんてもう決めたでしょ
She's right. And I've already made up my mind. The thought sounded hollow, even as it popped into her head. This was clearly different from last time. While the aim was indeed the same, the circumstances surrounding her target were clearly different. She may have been determined before, but that was as a mage. If enemies emerged, she would kill them. If she was challenged, she would step up to the fight. If it was a fight between two mages, and our opponent was in the wrong, even if this could only end in death for one of them, it was an outcome both parties could accept. Kill or be killed. Morality had no weight on this scale. But this time was different. Her opponent was neither enemy nor mage. Even if she prepared to kill them, this person was likely not ready to die. That's why morality did factor into it, now. Was she truly up to the task of murdering an innocent person? Could she swallow the fact that this was a common occurrence for a mage? She snorted sardonically? That's a word? What the fuck does that mean? What is sardonically? Hold on. Sardonically. Meaning to act, speak, or smile in a scornful, mocking, or cynically discursive way. Okay. Interesting. Holy fucking shit. Max, you've been a mod for 4 years on my channel? Are you feeling sick? Do I sound sick? I'm not sick, but if I sound sick, I might just be a little nasally. Targeted. Hey, Koa. No, see, Koa, the original title was, Koa timed me, so I have to start streaming. Are we streaming P6 when it comes out? Yes, we are. For Revival, we are streaming. I need to finish P3 first. Damn, everybody coming out of the woodworks now. What the fuck? Hi. You're sick as fuck, though? Yo, what's up? Yo. My man. Best birthday present ever? You think I'm doing it for your birthday? Fuck no. Fuck you. Also, why did you copy my bit redeem SMH? Because it was a good idea. Fuck you. No, bro. Fuck you. He's sick with it. No, for real, I'm sick with it, bro. Spark YT streaming P4 Revival. Lamau, I'm kidding. I stole it from someone too. True shit. We do a little copy. We do a little stealing. We do a little. Just a wee bit of stealing. A little bit of copying. It's never hurt nobody. But, yeah, I'm gonna stream Persona 4 Revival when it comes out. Will I finish it? That's to be determined. But I will stream it when it comes out. How much is it, actually? Dude, they have the pre-order page up right now, right? Hold up. Let's... Oh, shit. I'm not gonna do that. We'll read that in a second. What do you mean planned release date? We know when it's coming out. Okay, whatever. We know when this game is coming out now. Like... Alright, whatever. Probably 60, 70 bucks. No joke. Nah, it's probably gonna be 70 bucks. That's what P3 Reload was. Being a mage did not mean that Alko was some kind of monk who could cut ties with the real world on a whim. Oh, by the way, all of you guys, clock in. You're off company time. Clock in. Is the witch actually being mentioned? Yeah, we're actually at, like, the magic part now. Like, we're actually at the magic part. Being a mage did not mean that Alko was some kind of monk who could cut ties with the real world on a whim. There was one thing Alko hated. It was doing things without conviction or an understanding of exactly why she was doing them. When she acted, she preferred to act decisively.
ま、やるしかないだろうね。
I guess I don't have any other choice. As she said it, she got up from the sofa, having had her fill of the ceiling for one day. Alko had returned to the Alko of always, and Alice was done probing her. Huh?
じゃあ、これ。
Take this. As if to reward her, Alice produced a small bottle. Fit neatly in the palm of her hand. The bottle looked completely out of place in her slender fingers. The glass was cloudy, and it appeared empty. Ayo. Spork, what does RTS mean for real? Real-time strategy. Some shreds of paper remained in front where there was once a label.
何よそれ。
What's that? Alko stared at the bottle suspiciously.
収納の小瓶。ちょうど一つ余ってたから、あげるわ。
It's a storage bottle. Had one spare, so I'm giving it to you.
はい。
A what?
名前は忘れたけど、中国の小説に出てきたの。
China! Chinese tricks. I forgot what it's called, but it's a thing out of a Chinese novel. Hydrate? I literally don't have anything to hydrate with. I said I was gonna get water, but then I realized that I would have to fill up the Brita, and I go get some? That's so much work. I have to go fill up the Brita, and then I have to wait for it to filter, and then I have to get the water. I'm not... Why would I do all of that? That's a lot of work. I spent points for this. Can I refund you? How do I refund you? Get your points back, low boy. Get your points back. I don't have water with me. Alright, fine. I'll go get water. I'm right back. Hold on. For you, Sonny. Alright. I got water. There you go. Now you're not scammed. I hydrated. Also, thank you for Koa. Thank you to Koa for clocking in. Thank you for not getting off of company time. Oh, excuse me. I just burped. Company time. This guy's putting... Who do you think you are, twin? Alko was miraculously able to parse what Alice meant.
それってレンゲ堂の兄弟の話？じゃああの赤いひょうたんと同じなわけ？
Are you saying that? Oh, fucking Christ, shut up. Let me read.
のラベルを無理やり剥がして小瓶に見せかけてるそれが？
Are you saying this is the red drinking gourd from the story about the two brothers who guarded the Lotus Cave? Don't take this the wrong way, but it looks like your everyday medicine bottle with the label ripped off. Alice looked at the bottle and acknowledged how ordinary it looked. Why is she staring like that, bro? I'm taking a picture of that. That's funny as fuck. She also understood that she would not be the one using it as she set it on the table. Light skin stare. When I see Alice, I just think of the penguin. I can't wait until I get to that point.
赤いひょうたんじゃなくて陽子玉の上瓶の方。
Except this is a jade flask, not a red drinking gourd.
そういう問題じゃない。私は魔術師としての雰囲気を論じてるんだ。
That's not the problem. The problem is maintaining my dignity as a mage.
些細なことを気にするのね。せいろがんの瓶じゃないだけいいと思うけど。
Don't get stuck on the details. Just be happy it's not a bottle of laxatives. Fine. She made a good point.
蓋を開けて相手の名前を尋ねれば。
You can see Alko in the top left, just like looking. Just open the lid and ask for the person's name.
ただし、相手に抵抗する意志が残っている場合、小瓶は割れるから気をつけて。
But be careful, because if the target is resistant, the bottle will shatter. Alko raised her eyebrows.
ちょっと待った。抵抗する意志があるとダメって、眠っている時にやれってこと？
Hang on. If he's resistant, can only use it when he's asleep, right?
それは試したことがなかったわ。
I never tried it, to be honest.
眠っているのに返事をする人っているの？
But is there anyone who responds to things in their sleep?
たまにいるけど。まあ、確かに珍しいわね、そういう人。
You'd be surprised. But true, people like that are rare. In that case, one would have to weaken them until they're about to pass out.
ああ、そうそう。薬や魔術がかかっていると、その重さでも割れるから気をつけて。
Oh, almost forgot. Drugs or magicraft will also cause the bottle to break.
使えない。それってほとんど役立たずってことじゃない。
Then what's it? What good is it? What won't break the damn thing?
それは青子次第ね。
A tool is only as good as the person using it. Alice turned away as she replied, as if the topic no longer mattered to her.
はあ、アリスがこういう小道具好きなのは知ってたけどね。これも趣味なわけ？
I know you're fond of using dainty tools like this. Is it a hobby of yours or something? Alko asked, hoping Alice would deny it.
多分。
Perhaps. You can't just say perhaps.
それでどうするの？持っていくのか行かないのか。
So are you gonna take it or leave it? Without answering, Alko dithered a bit before taking the bottle and putting it in her pocket. She figured she might be able to find some use for it. Oh? 2 hours had passed and the clock struck 9. Their conversation had moved from the drawing room to the sunroom, and had manifested into the kind of scene one would not expect in such a mansion. What the
ま
fuck?
あ本当はね、飛び丸に任せる気はなかったんだけど。
Yeah, that looked good as fuck. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I'd eat the fuck out of that. I might just be... Am I hungry? Am I a fat ass? Because, like... I want to know what this is. I want to order this, like, right now. I don't even know if I can. Loke. It's a little too late. But, like, goddamn. Goddamn, this look good as fuck. A hot... What? Earthenware? Earthenware? Is it? I think it's earthenware. A hot earthenware pot sat on the table. Is it hot pot? I've actually never had hot pot. I need to have hot pot, low-key. I gotta go there one. I think there's one nearby. Near me. Somewhere. I think so. Aoko spat out complaints to no one in particular as she plucked food from it with her chopsticks. Tonight they were eating a traditional Japanese meal that looked out of place in this mansion. When it came to the kind of Japanese hot pot where all one had to do was buy and boil the ingredients, it was usually Aoko's responsibility. Alice sat across from Aoko. She silently poked at the pot with a fork.
山城のやつが来るなり、しずきくんはまだ部活に入っていないから面倒見てあげてくれないかな、なんて言ってくるもんだからさ。全校生徒の行動範囲なんて見直す気力なくなっちゃったのよ。
Yamashiro made it a point to say that Shizuki hadn't joined a club. It's not like I have the time or energy to keep track of every single student. The egg she plucked was as silky as a baby's bottom, so she returned to the pot. She settled for shirataki noodles instead. What do shirataki noodles look like? I'm curious. Oh, fuck, that looks so good. Oh, I know these. These are like... Oh, wait, I think I've had these before. These look so fucking good. Oh, wait, these are good. Fuck. Shit, now I'm hungry. Damn it, I'm hungry now. Oh. Damn, she's angry as fuck. I already know that the idiot is constantly busy with his jobs. You're playing Persona 4 Golden for this? Amazing. That's why I tried my best to set him up with a club activity captain that'd be accommodating. But the nerve of the guy. Not even a thanks. Are you even listening, Alice? As if her mouth was full, she simply nodded in response. Her expression stated that she had no interest nor opinion on the matter, but she at least appeared to be listening. Satisfied, Aoko nibbled on the hanpen fish cake.
それに私、いい人なんて言われるやつは信用できないのよ。あろうことか、飛び丸までそんなこと口走る始末だし。
Turned to Alice as she has the penguin outfit on.
ただぼんやりしてるだけなんだっての。
Lagging? Am I lagging with a visual novel? No way. I think it's just me. Yeah, no, it's just me. Okay, never mind. I just can't trust anyone who says he's a great guy. Surprise, even Tobimaru was gushing about him. The only thing he's great at is being an airhead.
大体あそこまで言われて怒りもしないなんてどうかしてるわ。
I mean, there's really something wrong with his brain if he didn't get angry after what I said. Her thoughts went to what had happened in student council room earlier that day. She remembered how non-responsive Sojiro had been to her words. His unconcerned face alone was enough for her to swallow the rest of her hanpen without chewing it.
何が分かってるんだなよ。
I thought you would understand, he says. His words were like a His words were a lot like those that ended her childhood.
青子ちゃんは分かっているんだね。
You know it, don't you, Aoko?
それでも自分であり続けられるということはとても強いことなんだよ。
Through it all, you never lose sight of who you are. You're so strong. Perhaps it was meant as a compliment, but she took it as a patronizing way to pity her. Because the person who said it had acted like she was looking at a wounded animal.
ま、あんな変態の言ってたことなんて今さらどうでもいいけどさ。
Whatever. Who cares what that weirdo thinks or says? That episode might have made her the most confused she had ever been in her life. Yet, what shocked young Aoko the most was to look... I think that's supposed to say the look. Was the look of pity on the face of the person she admired most.
喧嘩。
You fought. The abrupt comment stopped her in her tracks. He was really going all the way for that water, huh? What? Am I stupid? Do I not understand? Wahende, explain. Am I stupid? I might be stupid. The abrupt comment stopped her in her tracks.
ごめん、聞いてなかった。喧嘩ってあの喧嘩？
Sorry, what'd you say? Something about a fight? Alice nodded.
あなたの感想だけじゃ状況はよくつかめないけど。
Can't say I completely understand from what you've said.
つまり、青子はその人に喧嘩を売りたかったのね。
But it does come across as if you were trying to pick a fight with him. Alice bit into the very last Hanpen. Her remark was unexpected, but completely on point.
なんでそうなるのよ。
Why did you go there?
私はあんなのと1秒だって関わりたくないだけだってば。だいたいそれどころじゃないし、興味とか全くないし、会話もこれ以上ないってぐらい簡潔に切り上げたし。
Holy... This is like... This is either the biggest tsundere moment I've ever seen in my entire life, or she just genuinely hates this guy. Like, Zam. What do y'all think? Are we looking at a, Are we looking at a tsundere moment, or are we... It's giving tsundere to me? Low-key, it is giving tsundere to me, too. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm seeing the tsundere. Hi, Sport. Oh my god, hi, Yuka. Hello, Yuka. What's up? I just realized this is your first time chatting in here, and you've been followed for a while, huh? But how are you? What's going on? I'd rather die than spend another second with him. I mean, seriously. Gross. I have no interest in him whatsoever. I'd love it if I'd never had to say anything about him ever again. Missed Koa's stream, so I decided to pop in here. Oh, but I thank you for popping in, though. It's okay. I bet you Koa's gonna stream again. Soon. I think. I don't know. Koa, if you're still in here, when are you streaming next? Imagine getting timed out again. Yo. Dude, everybody hates me. Everybody hates Spork, bro. Everybody hates Spork, bro. That's me. Everybody hates me. They want me to die. Bro, I got timed for nothing, bro. I didn't even do anything. On some real shit, bro. On real shit, I got timed for nothing.
ならどうして今そんな話をするの？
So why all the talk about him?
え、それはそのあんたに今日の調査過程を知らせてあげたのよ。
Tsundere. Well, I was just reporting on today's investigation. Something wrong with that? What other reason could Alice be suggesting Aoko had... Holy English? Oh my god. What other reason could Alice be suggesting Aoko had for bringing it up? It would be several hours later in bed that Aoko realized that she had dug her own grave. Tsundere boxes are being ticked. They are. No, not really. Is this really the in-game BMG or BGM? Yes, it is. It is the in-game BGM. This is not. I did not add any of this. Everything you hear is from the game. But does he really bother you that much? Alice ate her hot pot in silence as if she was honoring some sort of sacred ritual. Is this where it came from? No. I'm pretty sure this is just some random classical piece. I'm like 20% sure. Let me see. Classical music. I want to say it's like piano. No, I'm gonna find this. Hang on. It's Chopin, I think. No, it's, no, sorry, incorrect. It's, Sadie, Tros Gymnopedies #1, Lent Dualerex. I don't know, it's French. Claire de Lune is the BGM. Is it? This isn't Claire de Lune. It might actually be. Hang on. Claire de Lune. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Let me look up what this is. Hang on, though. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'm gonna put it in chat. This is what it's called. There you go. That's what it is. Ultra Co reference. No, dude. Classical music, I get all of it, like, super mixed up. You're not alone. Claire de Soleil, bro. Claire de Soleil. Bum. Her face was indifferent as always. She was secretly enjoying how flustered Aoko was. Aoko remained oblivious to this. Normally, she would have noticed immediately, but she was not quite herself at this moment. Does he really? Well, of course he does. I think I've said it that often enough. Okay. What specifically about him do you dislike? Huh? I don't need a specific reason to She trailed off as she realized how disagreeable she was being. She could come up with no reason why. Her instincts had told her that she was incompatible with that hick. But why such a strong reaction? More than anything in the world, Aoko hated emotions without reason, and decisions made with no rationale.
嫌いなものは嫌いなんだから、ちゃんとどっかに理由があるんだと思うけど。
Don't get me started on goddamn the sun. I hate trying to P-rank that level. Dude, don't remind me that I'll have to do that at one point, bro. Don't remind me that one of these days I have to do it, okay? We all have to P-rank Don't Goddamn the Sun, okay? It's something we all have to do growing up, alright? Before we turn 30, we all have to P-rank Goddamn the Sun. Life is hell and you need to P-rank it. True! Wait, that's actually kind of a W quote. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, that's actually kind of... Wait, that's a banger quote. Wait. Wait, that's a banger. Hang on. Wait, I like that. I'm so stealing that. Hold on, I'm screenshotting you. You're being screenshotted, and you're being put in quotes. In my quotes channel, in the server. That is peak. That is actually a peak quote. That's bars. Yuka has bars right now. This is bars. Alright. Let me... Ugh. I just don't like him. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, I think. She became more flustered the more she talked. Officially been noted. I don't know how to feel about this. Unfortunately for her, she cannot come up with a coherent reason to hate Sojiro Shizuki. It was not his fault. It was not his fault that he had zero common sense. It was the fault of the environment he grew up in. Ah, you're gonna join the Discord? Welcome in. Ugh, I feel like I need to fix my camera. Hold on. There we go. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Or maybe I need to fix myself, actually. I don't think I need to fix the camera. I think I just need to fix myself. I'm, like, slanting over, like, shrimp down in my fucking chair. Sometimes you must look inward. Maybe. In fact, it was admirable that he was trying so hard to adapt to civilized society. As clueless as he might seem, it was not a complete waste of space. If he seemed a bit slow, it was only because the gentle nature compelled him to think before acting. When one looked at everything objectively, the conclusion was obvious. As much as she was loath to admit it, he really was unamusing. He really was an unamusing do-gooder everyone had pegged him as.
ちょっと本気かっての。人間的に悪いところ、本当にみじんもないのか？あれ。
My eyes are getting red. I have to sleep, bro. Good night. Alright, see you, Josh. Have a good night. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Thank you for sticking around for so long. Okay. Can't believe what I'm thinking. Is there really nothing wrong with him? There was plenty, so she left it at that for now. The chopsticks she had been using came to a stop. She was getting very annoyed. An irrational hatred burned through her head. Unable to come to terms with her feelings, she desperately tried to analyze Sojiro, but her mind only went in more circles. Alice fixed Aoko with a deadpan stare. I'm shocked. A small sigh.
らしくないわね、青子。
This isn't like you, Aoko. She fucking disappeared! Where'd she go? Those words were the final blow. Aoko felt the floor fall from under her. She was unable to leave her chair for until long after Alice had finished eating and left. Huh? Oh shit. However, even after getting knocked down, Aoko Aozaki was not one to be kept that way. She made short work of clearing up after dinner, and after conceding the first bath of the night to Alice, left the drawing room. Since it was customary in these sorts of mansions to turn off lights when leaving an empty room, the only lit areas of the house were the drawing room and the two girls' bedrooms. Hi. Oh, hey, Lysol. The upstairs was enveloped in darkness. Aoko briskly made her way to the deepest part of the east wing along the long corridor, illuminated only by the light of the moon, and arrived at her room.
結論として、
All being said,
やっぱり騙し討ちは気に食わない。
sneak attacks make me sick to my stomach. She had been considering this on the way down to the corridor, perhaps ever since she left the drawing room. The moment she entered her room, she drew her proverbial line in the sand.
やるにしても隠れるのはなし。
Hi,
正面か
Harina.
ら堂々と向かい合って理由を言う。
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it face to face. I'll give it to him straight. This is not a confession driven by feelings of sympathy or compassion. For her, this was simply the way things ought to be.
よし。そうと決まれば。
Okay, get that out of the way. After settling her resolve, she headed to the study next door.
木曜棚の当時欄、緑の背拍子と。
Let's see. Thursday shelf, winter solstice, green spine. Without hesitation, she removed one book from the countless volumes on the shelf. The introductory textbooks transported here from the Aozaki residence were separated to 6 shelves, labeled Monday to Saturday. Aoko had organized the books by topic, genre, and purpose, and had more or less memorized exactly what was in her personal library. Referencing any of this material took her no time at all. It was to be expected from keeper of this study. Though this keeper's fiefdom what is that word? Fiefdom? Territory or estate controlled by a feudal lord. Oh. Though this how do you say, is it fiefdom? Fiefdom? Fiefdom. Though this fiefdom was nothing more than a small room. Both Aoko and Alice had given up all hope on the cluttered mess of a library in the annex. Not to be confused with a fifth sub. Lamau. That's funny. Nevertheless, on occasion, Aoko would have no other than to give Alice a heads up and visit it when the study did not meet her needs.
できればそれは避けたいところだけど、と。
I really hope I don't have to go over there now. Aoko placed the thick green book down and took a seat. The desk she sat at was sturdy but uninviting. Wasn't the sort of furniture girls her age grew attached to. She liked its minimalist elegance nonetheless. She flipped lightly through the book's old, worn pages.
アリスみたいな結界は私にはまだ無理だ。
I still can't manage anything like Alice's bounded field.
人払いはその場所自体に頼らないといけないか。
I guess I'll just have to find a place off the beaten track. The mountains? The woods? A school building empty at night? She was looking for a place that would be except for the worst of luck, void of people, allowing her to forego the use of magicraft.
茨の壁だの魔力の霧だの、そういう回りくどいのもなんだしな。退路を断つっていうなら、もっとこう見た目にも状況的にも派手な方が効果的だし。
Walls of Thorn. I hath invaded the server, and I definitely haven't made myself known. I have arrived, fear me. Oh, fucking Ojo shot sama fucking laugh in the fucking the Discord, dude. I'm crying. It's like low-key funny as fuck. Walls of thorns and magical mists are so indirect. If I want to cut off any route of escape, I need some place, flashy and obvious, both in purpose and in looks. Muttering about how there had to be some basic spell that fit her needs, she continued to flip through the pages. It goes without saying that she was looking for a way to deal with the witness from the previous night. Magicraft's uses were mainly, but not all-encompassing. Fundamentally, Magicraft was good for making things or phenomena that already existed, while more or less bypassing the time and resources conventional means would require. It was, however, unable to manifest phenomena that were impossible in this world. It was essentially an equivalent exchange that used a variety of shortcuts. A phenomenon made possible by human hands, actualized by an individual's power. That was generally what Magicraft was. To give a simple example, if Aoko were so inclined, she could make an entire lake appear at the mansion. However, it had to be something that existed within this world. Nothing, not even the smallest matter. Nothing, not even the smallest matter, could escape this unbreakable law. Even if Aoko were to release a level of heat on par with an F-15 fighter jet's afterburner, that event would only be possible if a circuit named Aoko Aozaki acted as a temporary input value for a magical formula. The derived equivalence was simply a value that already occurred in reality. The variable in the equation did not exist elsewhere in reality. The spell would not be valid. The imaginary element known as magical energy was like a lie that could only slip its fantasy through the network of order at the moment of ignition. Giving form to the non-existent illusions invading reality was something the universe did not allow.
とは言っても、エーテルは基本何にでもできるんで、大元が嘘なんだっけ?
Still, what was it? You can combine the imaginary factor either with pretty much anything else, since it's not real itself?
魔力だけで構成されたものは幻想扱いされて急速に消えていくとか。典型的な結界、茨の壁とかはもともと茨を生やしておいて魔力で一気に成長、強化してるものだし。
Anything composed entirely of magical energy is little more than an illusion, will quickly dissipate. Even a typical field like a wall of thorns generally starts with the user planting the thorns first before using magical energy to grow and strengthen them in an instant.
魔力っていうのは結局 使い勝手のいいガソリン兼事象に火をつける火花ってわけで。
In the end, magical energy is just an easy-to-use fuel source, while acting as a firework that ignites a phenomenon.
なんて言いつつ、
Or so they say.
架空要素云々より基本的な回路の接続と魔力を加工して弾くことぐらいしかできないのよね、私。
Imaginary factors are all well and good, but all I can do is connect a basic circuit and process energy into a projectile. I still don't think I 100% understand how Magicraft works there. True. Laughing to herself, she looked for a bounded field or something similar more suited to her current ability. The identity of the witness was still unknown, but if they were a classmate of Aoko's, she had any number of pretexts by which to lure them out. The problem was after that.
そうなると問題は命中率よね。一撃で決めないと逃げられちゃうだろうし。
Then it becomes a question of precision. If I don't take care of him in one blow, he might slip away. To be honest, she wasn't confident she could handle this smoothly without Alice's support. But Aoko saw no reason to ask for help given the target in question was a regular bystander. Fledgling as she was, she still had her pride as a mage. She continued to turn through the pages rhythmically. In the midst of the fluttering sound of thumbling through the volume, Aoko suddenly stopped her finger at a certain page.
見つけた。
Found it. She smiled to herself. It was a simple formula that she had tucked away somewhere in the recesses of her memory. A spell of simple destruction.
檻をね、作ればいいのよ。
A cage. That's all I need to make.
狩りをする時の常套手段じゃない。獲物を逃げられないようにするのは。
It's the oldest trick in the book that any hunter worth their salt would use. She placed a bookmark in the book, closed it, and got up to return to her room. Suddenly, she felt someone watching her. Through the window, she saw her in the night, a girl staring back with a cold-hearted expression. The girl's face was hers, the expression undoubtedly her own. She began planning how to erase the witness. Though to say it was something as elaborate as a plan was overkill. This was just a job. She was going to make a cage and then lure her prey into it. Oh, bye-bye, Sean. Good night. There was no getting around it. Premeditated violence.
さ、そろそろアリスは上がったかな。
Wonder if Alice is done with her bath. She mumbled out loud as if the bath would return some warmth to her chilled heart. Hi, Sport YT. Hello, Harina. About 20 minutes had passed since she gave Alice the privilege of using the hot water first. Well, that begs the question, actually. Why are we trying to erase someone or something from someone? I'll explain in a little bit. Yes, says hi? Hi, Bia. Alice tended to bathe quickly, finishing well under 10 minutes. Her roommate was the type that could not understand the spirit of the bath, treating it as nothing more than a necessity for looking after one's body. Hunter said you're short? Cool. For Alice, the concept of staying at a hot spring inn sounded more like a chore than anything, though in this regard, Aoko had to agree.
よし、浴場はカラッと。あれ、今に電気ついてる？
I guess it's my time to... Huh? Is the drawing room light on? It was unusual for Alice to sit in the drawing room after her bath. On nights when she had nothing to discuss... Okay, good night, kiddo. Damn. On nights when she had nothing to discuss, it was her style to return directly to her bedroom. Uh-oh, ads are starting soon.
アリス、いるの？
Alice, are you in here?
うん。
Oh, there she is. Alice nodded. With no book in hand, it appeared that Alice had been waiting for Aoko.
そういうこと。私も信用ないな、ほんと。
So that's how it is. She really has no faith in me, does she? Aoko scratched her head in exasperation. Was it that Alice was worried about her? Or had no faith in her? Her expression was so calm, Aoko could hardly figure what she was thinking.
方針なら決まったけど、聞く？
I have a plan. Want to hear it?
その顔を見れば聞かなくてもわかるわ。
You can tell what it is by the look on your face. Okay, ads are literally about to start, so I'm gonna take a pause real quick. Boom. And yeah. Hello everybody who doesn't have ads because they subscribed to the channel. How is everybody? You spent your hard-earned money on me. Thank you. Or your Twitch Prime, which is also technically your hard-earned money. So thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. You get no ads as your reward. And you get to hear me talk. Waiting around a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, ads are finishing. Alright, welcome back. I have a plan. Want to hear it? You can tell what it is by the look on your face.
迷いがなくなったのはいいことだけど、悪い癖ね、青子。
It's good that you're no longer wavering, but you must do something about that tail of yours, Aoko. Alice let out a small sigh. It was unusual for Alice to make such a display of her disappointment.
ええ、騙し討ちは趣味じゃないから。殺すにしても正々堂々、正面から理由を言った後にする。
I don't like sneaky attacks, so I'm gonna do it fairly. And only after I've told him why straight to his face.
それならすっぱり後腐れもないし。文句ある？
That way, there will be absolutely no trouble later. Any complaints?
文句はないわ。そういうの、好きか嫌いかはこの際関係ないでしょうし。
Why would I have any? This is really only a matter of personal preference after all.
けど、
However,
確実性はどうかってことでしょ？私、いまいち命中率悪いし。その辺の問題は場所選びでフォローしようかなと。
you're worried that I'll mess up, right? My accuracy hasn't been stellar lately, so I was thinking about how to cover my bases with the location.
私はアリスのようにはいかないから、物理的に逃げられない場所にしようと思うんだけど、何かアイディアない？
I can't throw up a field like you, so I was thinking of doing it somewhere where he physically can't escape. Any ideas? Alice nodded in thought. The finger that gently rested on her lips indicated that the question was to her liking.
鏡はどう？鏡の国なら永遠に閉じ込めていられるけど。
What about mirrors? You could easily seal him in the house of mirrors for all eternity.
あんた、そういうところ常識ないわよね。
Seriously? That's your idea? She frowned at Alice's bad taste. It was the kind of idea her roommate found to be inspired, but Aoko knew was out of the question. Aoko was looking for a natural bounded field she could prepare, not a realm bordering on true magic that she could not create to begin with.
なら他を当たるのね。でも、ここを使うのだけはやめてちょうだい。
You'll choose otherwise, I suppose. But please, whatever you do, do not bring him here.
言われなくても分かってるって。
You don't need to tell me that.
けど、そうね。
But actually, yeah.
ミラーハウスはいいアイディアかも。
A house of mirrors might actually work. Aoko smirked and shifted her balance away from the wall she was resting on.
サンキュー、アリス。全体の流れは出来上がったわ。
Thanks, Alice. I just figured out the whole plan.
ほんと、こういうのってダメ元でも相談してみるものよね。
I guess it's always best to talk to someone when you're in a bind. Now in a good mood, Aoko retreated from the drawing room. Alice tried and failed to visualize what kind of blueprint Aoko had drawn up in her mind. But whatever it was, it appeared to be a thorough kind Aoko was good at. Aoko headed for the bathroom, humming to herself as she went. A year and a half of sharing a living space had taught Alice something. When Aoko Aozaki was in a good mood, when it was in this good of a mood, only deep trouble could follow.
青子一人に任せていいのか
You want to know if I'm okay with with letting Aoko handle this on her own? Who the fuck are you? It was unclear how long the bird had been waiting in the drawing room. Chirping at Alice, the robin-like bird pranced across the furniture as if it were its property.
そうね。彼女が一人でやると言ったのだから、任せるのが正しい信頼関係なんでしょうけど。
Yes, I suppose she said that she wanted to do it alone. I do want her to know that she has my every faith, still. The girl in black raised her arm. The bird, chirping once again, alighted on her outstretched, affectionate finger.
嫌な話だけど。
Suffice to say,
信頼と信用はまた違う話よね。
trust and faith are two very different things. The bird puffed out its stout chest in agreement, and Aoko was none the wiser to her roommate's rather unsettling comments. Is that chapter 4? Nope. How long is chapter 4? Goddamn. The following day was a typical overcast one. The day's classes ended as they had started, uneventfully. Winter break was just around the corner, and with it, final exams. Although Misaki High prided itself on discipline, it was still a private school which promoted a culture of independence among its students. Hold on. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. I'm very confused. feel like this should have probably, like... Oh, damn! Wait, what? Oh, I still have, like... Wait, really? Yeah, I think we might have to stop here for now. I think we're gonna have to put the bookmark down. We're gonna have to put the book down. It's okay. Probably get going to. I got stuff to do tomorrow. Fair enough, yeah. I'm going to place a bookmark. We'll finish this chapter next week. Let me... Oh, I forgot my chat is... I don't have it open. Alright, we'll fix that tomorrow. Hell yeah, see you, Spork. Alright. Thank you, everybody who was here. Thank you for everybody who stuck around and you know, have me as your background noise. Who is there to raid? Next time, stream is gonna be tomorrow. Oh, Mochi's live. I think we raid into Mochi. Let's raid into Mochi. So next time I go live will be tomorrow. And actually, did I raid into Mochi? Yes, work. Bye-bye. Or should I raid into Kira? Is Kira still alive? No. Okay, we're gonna raid into Mochi. So yeah, next time on live is gonna be tomorrow. We're doing Fortnite karaoke with Lucy. And it'll be super fun. It'll be super cool. Thank you to everybody who showed up. And yeah. This week, the schedule for this week should already be in the Discord and on my socials. So if you want to know what I'm doing for this whole week, take a look at that. We got a pretty big week, so these next 2 weeks are gonna be pretty big. So, yeah. But that is it for me. I will see everybody tomorrow, and have a great night. Don't go to bed too late. Don't be me. Bye bye. Bye bye.